got the RZA right here, the RZArector, you know what I mean? We about to resurrect the mental dead because hip-hop ain't dead. It's right here, Wu-Tang forever. Love Soul, DJ Friction, Def Jam UK. Hottest mixtape out. Through the dollars to get with these beats. Yo, real hip-hop, go to the chamber mixtape. Stupid motherfucker, wake up or get broke the fuck up. The wisdom we speaking, soak the shit up. If it was crack, you would smoke it up. So wake the fuck up or get broke the fuck up.
Love Soul TV, another exclusive right here on pretty much the hottest internet television channel out there at the moment. We're here with the Abbott, the RZArector. What's going on, sir?
Family, bong bong boogle.
My idea, we spoke before the cameras came on about I wanted to interview the RZA, the RZArector, and Bobby Digital. And you said someone beat me to the punch last month. God damn it!
Yeah, somebody last month called me up and did an interview that was like, they just kind of had this idea of interviewing Bobby as Bobby, RZA as RZA, and going back into different personas. And, you know, it was pretty interesting because we were talking a very strange language at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But you know, we still gonna have some fun. You know what I mean?
I'm still gonna go in first. I'm gonna talk to the RZA. I don't care. What keeps the RZA coming back to the UK?
I'm saying the people more than anything. You know what I mean? First of all, I like the city of London. You know what I mean? I did a movie out here called Derail. I had a chance to live out here for like 6 weeks. And really kind of suck your city in, you know, going to the Prince Albert Hall, watching concerts and things like that. And had my 2 sons out here going to all y'all museums. Right. So I like the city. It's an expensive city, but they was paying me well, so.
You're making it up in pounds?
Yeah, I make it up in pounds. But it's a really very interesting city, man. And I love the square.
Do you feel any type of pressure at all in the huge challenge that is keeping the clan together in current conditions?
I don't think I feel personal pressure, like far as pressure of keeping the clan together. We grow into individual strengths. It's like when you look at the old Greek buildings. Each one everything had a pillar to hold up the whole house. Even if one pillar fell, as you can see, you go to the Coliseum. Some stuff is fell, but it's still holding. You know what I mean? So I think that's how Wu is. It's like, you know, it's a beautiful thing that there's this many of us. But even if it was only 5 of us, you still wouldn't find that much talent in one place.
And one very important pillar fell in the Gravediggaz, and that definitely seemed to me as a fan, right? Most def with ODB as well, but certainly with Gravediggaz, it seemed to put a much more of a halt on RZA's work there. Like, do you think that will ever be revisited and you'll be able to overcome that the same way you did with Dirt?
Yeah, I mean, really, it wasn't really Grim Reaper's passing that really stopped the Gravediggaz from continuing their music. It was more like we was involved with bad business people, you know what I'm saying, on top of that. So, you know, if you got good business, sometimes you can still be enticed to keep working. But if you got somebody leaving the group from physical death, rest in peace to the Grim Reaper, and you got bad business going on, you know what I'm saying, plus my hectic schedule, it don't add up, you know what I mean? But just for the fans who are Gravediggaz fans, I do got a plan on writing a movie, which I told Fuquan and Prince Paul, I would like the Gravediggaz to actually score the movie. Right. You know what I mean? So I got some ideas.
Cool. And finally for Bobby Digi. Man, like I was just telling you before off camera that, you know, I got the Digi Snacks album, and when I pressed play on that, and I was like, you know, I feel like I know the RZA because I've been down since Prince Rakeem. Wow. Right? Wow. You know what I'm saying? So I thought, okay, I know where this brother's gonna go with this record, but then I hear David Banner chopping up and pressing the trigger on the Jay-Z sample. I mean, where the hell was your head was at for that record?
My head was to have fun, you know what I mean, to be an MC and step back from being a producer and a control freak, you know what I mean? And so I brought in David Banner to help me out, and you know, I let him produce me actually. I mean, what I mean by that is like, a producer tells you how to flow sometimes, tells you how many lines to use, and I submitted myself to that. And as an MC, it's a good thing. You know, Bobby Digital is a character. At first, he was my alter ego. But now I think he's like a character, like how Batman's a character. Right. And how you may see Michael Keaton play Batman or George Clooney play Batman. Maybe 10 years from now, somebody else could be Bobby Digital.
I don't think so. I'm going to disagree and say nobody can play Bobby.
Well, we'll see what happens.
It's got something in the pipeline. Are you bringing up some young recruit to make him into Bobby Digital 2.0?
Now, well, one thing I am doing, though, I'm just taking the character. We developing video games with the character. Right. Got a screenplay. So that's why the album's called Digi Snacks. That's to let you know it's a snack pack of what I'm about to get into. You know what I mean? But I was very focused and I had a lot of fun making that album.
What I enjoyed about the first 2 or 3 records on that album is it almost felt like some of them the first 2 or 3 singles on the album could have been transferred to the new Wu material. Was that an intentional move? I mean, you were discussing the Wu on that and how powerful you all are.
Yeah, definitely. On especially on the song "You Can't Stop Me" there.
Right.
You know, that was a song that I don't know if I was going to put it on the RZA album. I don't know if I was going to put it on the Wu album because I felt like it was a real strong song and it was a real song that, you know. But I thought it would be good to put it on the Bobby Digital album because it's like when you know, I make movies now and I act in movies, so you always got to have this character development thing going on. So I'm putting the people's minds into, you know, I'm bringing myself and putting myself into the character, you know what I mean? Like if you see the movie called Derailed and shit.
Jennifer Aniston joint, right?
Yeah, okay. I play a dude that's a mail clerk.
Right.
But in order to play that part, I had to think when I was 17 years old in Manhattan as a mail clerk and a messenger, running around delivering messages.
Right.
And so I had to act that nerdy kind of boy in the office. So you always got to bring something to it. So that's why on the Bobby Digital album, sometimes you hear like, is that RZA or is that Bobby?
Right.
Because I put some of myself into that character. But then sometimes you know blatantly that it's Bobby. You know what I mean?
As a human being, how do you manage that? I mean, here in Love Soul, like our crew's called Love Soul, we're DJs. Between us, we host, we shoot video. We got these clothing, which was obviously inspired by Wu because you guys were some of the first cats to put the clothing out there, and we got our charity foundation, Love Soul Foundation. As a human being, I sometimes struggle to be, you know, a host and then do the video and then DJ and do how do you control all that and keep that in? It must be like a cipher going around in your head of all these different talents being passed around.
Potentially it is a cipher, but that's what artistry is about, you know what I mean? In my opinion, an artist is somebody that has a natural talent in them that they got to find out what's the medium to express it in. If I wanted to be a painter, I probably could be a painter because of my artistic ability.
Right.
If I wanted to be, so that's why when you see me doing different things, it's just different expressions of artistic ability. People didn't know that hip hop was artists. They thought it was just hip hop niggas, not hip hop artists. So you can see me, you know, composing films with Hans Zimmer or acting in films with Russell Crowe. You can see, or just hanging in the hood with a bunch of convicts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or rocking with the Wu, which is really really my favorite thing of you know, the best thing that happened to my life. It was the Wu-Tang Foundation. You know, that's the foundation. I'm saying even though I'm growing, but as an artist, you know, I think you can express yourself through any medium. Just gotta recognize it and go for it.
Try to remember.
Tiger style.
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 Yo, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
DJ Friction,
Ain't nothing to fuck with.
Love Soul Crew.
Ain't nothing to fuck with.